Rent-a-Girlfriend is coming out next season, and after a strong first season last year, I think it's fair to say that there are a lot of fans excited for it. And being avid readers of the manga ourselves, it goes without saying, we've been waiting for season 2 the moment season 1 ended. But even though we're pretty big fans of the series, we're not delusional. And I'm sure a lot of people know this already, but this shit is a dumpster fire, and Kazuya is a fucking loser. Even Ruka's voice actress, now Toyama, thinks so too. He's just a walking, talking bruh moment. From the shit he says, to the shit he does, it's just bruh. But I'm sure fans of the series aren't here to watch the Rent-a-Girlfriend version of Kaguya-sama, Love is War, also known as Kazuya-san, Love is Expensive. No, we're all here to watch the perfect concoction of romance, comedy, cringe, and most importantly, best girls. That last part in particular being the reason why we can't take our eyes off this dumpster fire.
Now, if you ask me what my favorite guilty pleasure anime was, it would probably have to be Rent-a-Girlfriend. I shouldn't feel ashamed I like it as much as I do, but I do feel ashamed I like it. There's not many harem anime that I see where the main cast is in college or already adults, nor do I see them with as much drip as the girls from Rent-a-Girlfriend. And although these two details seem very minute in the overall picture of the mess that is the story, it's what separates Rent-a-Girlfriend from the rest. Being in college or adults adds a factor of relatability to the characters for the audience, and the drip adds a really nice touch to the character designs. The aesthetics of the characters are absolutely amazing, except for Kazuya. He looks like shit. And I've yet to see another anime that has characters with as much drip as the main cast. The author, Reiji Miyajima, did a really good job researching trendy outfits, and the time and dedication he put into his well-designed characters really shows. Not only did the author do a good job, but the voice actors also did their part in bringing these characters to life, in selling their characters to the audience and portraying them exactly as they were in the manga. A combination of these two things, along with a compelling story, is what helped garner popularity towards the anime, and what helped Chizuru win Best Girl of the Year at the 7th Anime Trending Awards.
Now, if you've also read the manga or watched the first season, I highly recommend watching the second season, because I personally think that the upcoming chapters being adapted are going to make things even spicier than they already are. Plus, if you're actually invested into the story and waiting for the walking bruh moment to catch a dub for once in his life, there is one coming up, but only one, so don't hold your breath for too long. Since the first season covered about 50.5 chapters and stopped at the balcony confession, the second season will probably cover about 52 more chapters and stop at the beginning of the movie arc, which is probably a good spot to blue ball viewers once again. If there's one thing that anime directors are good at, it's blue balling the audience and making them think they want to watch another season. Episode 1 will most likely start from the other half of the balcony scene where Kazuya is in his apartment, writhing in pain and agony as he's dying of cringe from what he said to Chizuru. He'll get over it, and then search up when and where Chizuru's play is gonna be since she mentioned it earlier. He'll go and watch, of course, cause he's the biggest simp for Chizuru, and be blown away by her performance like he busted the fattest nut ever. He'll accidentally bump into her afterwards and tell her she did great, and give her words of encouragement, only to be dismissed once again by her self-deprecation. It'll end by Kazuya telling Chizuru he'll rent and support her as much as she needs in order to achieve her goal of becoming a big actress. And a panning shot of Sumi, listening to their conversation as she overheard everything. Once the second season is over, and the third season gets a possible announcement, it'll be a test of the anime director's ability to adapt a shit show into a piece of watchable content. Cause this is where the manga really starts taking a nosedive, and the comments start getting way more toxic.
Now, I'm gonna go a little off topic from season 2 and rant about the anime and manga in general. Mostly the manga though. This might be an unpopular opinion, and it's completely fine to disagree, but I think Reiji Miyajima is an absolute genius. I'll say it again, Reiji Miyajima is an absolute genius. He has the entire fandom wrapped around his fingers like he's Thanos or something, and blue balls you to oblivion with every chapter that comes out. A lot of people hate him for the way the story's developed, and especially now since there's currently over 230 chapters out, and spoiler alert, we have yet to see a confession from Kazuya or Chizuru. I've seen the rants and complaints about the development and how slow it's been for like the last 2 years, but the fact that people are still reading it and reacting to positive progression in the story means they're hooked like crackheads. The man knows what he's doing, to say the least. The way I see it, there's two types of Rent-a-Girlfriend fans. There's the Sigmas where they just accept everything that the Giga Chad genius Reiji Miyajima throws at them and they patiently wait for the story to play out. And then you have the tsundere crackheads that keep typing the same shit after every new chapter, but are addicted to the manga and can't stop reading. I talk a lot of shit about these kinds of people, but I also completely understand the frustrations and tiredness of the same plot over and over again, where Kazuya decides to be bold and take a step forward, only to fall into a vicious cycle of self-doubt and confusion and take 2 steps back. And also the fact that we were in the same arc for almost a year and still no progress has been made, makes it seem even worse. But what I think a lot of people don't understand is that this is a Japanese manga made for Japanese viewers more than anything. And Japanese culture is very different from Western culture. Most Japanese people aren't used to directly expressing their feelings or saying what's on their mind at that instant. So in that sense, it is more realistic that neither of them confess for a long time. But at the rate things are currently moving, Rent-A-Girlfriend is gonna have more chapters than One Piece. And this is specifically for the Paradise arc, but it felt long and dragged out for some people because they were reading it week by week. And although I do agree that the arc was long and dragged out, the flow of the story would probably be better if it was binged instead. But that's just my opinion.
We're excited for season 2, and despite knowing exactly what the plot is like and what developments are going to take place, watching the anime and reading the manga are 2 completely different experiences. So, if you liked the manga or enjoyed the first season, you'll definitely enjoy the second season. That's gonna be it for us now, so until next time, peace.